You guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon, and it's the day after, the morning after the Oscars. I didn't actually watch the Oscars last night. I watched live tweets. I didn't care enough to watch the Oscars, but not surprisingly, Joaquin Phoenix won for Best Actor for Joker. Joker was nominated for 11 Academy Awards. It only walked away with 2. I did not expect it to sweep the Academy Awards, to be honest. I did think that Joaquin Phoenix probably would win for Joker, and he did, and he gave an acceptance speech that was weird because we're talking about Joaquin Phoenix, but it's also interesting, some of the content of that speech, and we're going to talk about this in this episode of Clownfish TV. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We're almost at 100,000 subs. Thank you so much for that, guys. It's been one hell of a ride. So, Joaquin Phoenix did win for Best Actor. That is actually the only thing I thought that Joker would get, and I was right. That's what it got. It also won for Best Music. You know, again, I can see that. I did not expect Joker to sweep the Academy Awards. This was not going to be a Lord of the Rings scenario, Return of the King, where it got pretty much everything it was nominated for. It was up against some pretty stiff competition, and there are a lot of mixed feelings about the Joker in Hollywood, obviously, and we're going to talk about that. So Joaquin Phoenix, you have to go see it. I'll put a link to his acceptance speech. It was weird and it was rambling, and this is very much who Joaquin Phoenix is. He's a very strange guy. The only other actor I can think of off the top of my head that seems like he's as wackadoo sometimes as Joaquin Phoenix would be Crispin Glover. He reminds me very much of Crispin Glover, but I don't know if Joaquin Phoenix was fully prepared to win. He seemed very nervous, very uncomfortable. He doesn't seem like he likes to be in the limelight that much. Again, you know, anyone who's watched him over the years knows he's kind of a strange dude, right? But there's no denying that his portrayal of Arthur Fleck was on point. It was amazing, and that pretty much made the movie. You know, you can say what you will about Joker the movie, but it's really hard to criticize his portrayal as Arthur Fleck / Joker in the film. So he wins the award, and people have different takeaways from this. They have different takeaways. We have some sites are like, oh my God, guys, it was a social justice campaign. And other sites are pointing out that he was calling out cancel culture, probably because he was on the receiving end of it not too long ago, right? We had so many media outlets trying to cancel Joaquin Phoenix for being in the Joker, trying to bait him with loaded questions during interviews. And, you know, cancel culture has run amok in Hollywood. Now, he spent most of his time, you know, talking about veganism, talking about animal rights, talking about equality in Hollywood. The difference for me with Joaquin Phoenix versus other Hollywood celebrities like, you know, Gwyneth Paltrow or somebody like that is when Joaquin Phoenix says it, even if I don't necessarily agree with him, I believe that he believes what he's saying. Does that make sense? Like, I thoroughly believe that he is invested in these causes, and this isn't superficial, because he really has nothing to gain from it. That being said, his acceptance speech was hella weird. He was talking about animal rights and artificial cow insemination and screaming cow moms and all of this stuff. But everybody knows Joaquin Phoenix is an animal rights activist. You know, the New York Post said he was a disgrace. A disgrace. I don't think he was a disgrace. He was kind of all over the place, though, for sure. Again, it didn't strike me as being disingenuous like so many of these celebrities do. They strike you as being disingenuous. I think Joaquin Phoenix genuinely believes what he's saying. So what was interesting, though, is at the very end of his speech, Joaquin Phoenix decides to call out cancel culture. You know, this was very interesting because I think, you know, Hollywood is starting to feel that this is out of control too. And we're looking at the situation with, you know, Johnny Depp right now. And will Johnny Depp get a second chance because of, in light of what's going on, the recordings coming out now, you know, with Amber Heard and some of the allegations and yada yada. So this is what Joaquin Phoenix said. I have been a scoundrel in my life. I've been selfish. I've been cruel at times, hard to work with. And I'm grateful that so many of you in this room have given me a second chance. And I think that's where we're at our best, when we support each other, not when we cancel each other out for past mistakes. But when we help each other to grow, when we educate each other, when we guide each other toward redemption, that is the best of humanity. So at the very end, I mean, he goes on this tirade, but he talks about cancel culture needing to be canceled, or at least, you know, lighten up a little bit, because sometimes the things that people are getting canceled for are not that big of a deal in the grand scheme of things, you know, or it happened so long ago in the past that, why are people getting canceled for an off-color remark on Twitter 10, 15 years ago? You know, it's because Hollywood is looking to, you've got people in Hollywood right now, they're looking to police everyone. And people are tired of it, because everybody's got skeletons in their closet. You know, everybody's got things that they've said or done that they're not proud of that could come back to bite them in the ass at a later date. Everybody. And a lot of times the people who are calling for a person's head the loudest are the ones who have the most skeletons in their own closet. And we see this all the time with cancel culture. It's almost like deflection. We don't want people to look at ourselves too closely, so we're going to start throwing some shade at other people to take the heat off of us. And this happens a lot. You know, it definitely does. So very interesting that he said that. Now we've got the New York Post. Joaquin Phoenix is a disgrace. And of course, Parasite won for Best Picture. I haven't seen it yet. I think I might buy it on digital. It's out on digital. I might buy it to check it out, because I've heard really, really good things about it. But Joaquin Phoenix was a disgrace, according to the New York Post. They're talking about Bong, who is the director of Parasite, praising Martin Scorsese and Quentin Tarantino. How very dare you? How very dare you tell Quentin Tarantino that he's an inspiration. Later, during the film's historic Best Picture speech, when the producer started to turn the lights down on the euphoric victors, the entire rapt crowd chanted to bring them back on. Contrast that outpouring of honest gratitude and glee with an out-of-his-mind Joaquin Phoenix rambling like a street bum about the unspeakable injustices of cow's milk. Now, my thing with this is like, it was weird, but he believes it. Again, I will believe Joaquin Phoenix over like a Gwyneth Paltrow or somebody who obviously just, it's lip service, it's whatever's trendy that month. Joaquin Phoenix has been a lifelong vegan, I believe, and he's always been an outspoken animal rights activist, so it shouldn't surprise anybody. He talks about how he was given a second chance, and other people should be given second chances. At this point, the audience quietly wished Kanye West would come on stage to snatch the award out of his hand and praise Beyonce. Did they? Or was it kind of nervousness? Like, oh, dude, you can't say that. You can't cancel culture. You can't do it, But I think he was honest, regardless of whether or not he was, a rambling mess. I think he was honest. Other people sounded more practiced, more polished. And, I appreciate that honesty. Even if I disagree with somebody on their opinions on things, right? I appreciate somebody who is completely sincere about their beliefs than someone who's obviously faking it to get some fist bumps and brownie points. And you see this on Twitter all the time. You've got people who are very disingenuous and they tweet things just to get, retweets and likes. And because the people tweeting it a lot of times, and they don't actually believe it. They're just looking to score some social justice points, some social media points. And hey, Shia LaBeouf is laughing at co-star with Down syndrome at Oscars. Uh-oh, I got 95,000 views. Anyway, this will be interesting to watch, because I'm waiting for people to tear Joaquin Phoenix apart again, because that seems to be the MO now that he won Best Actor. It's either going to be for or against. We're going to have people tear him apart because of his animal rights beliefs. We're going to have people tear him apart because he dared cancel or call for cancellation of cancel culture. So he's not going to make anybody happy. And a lot of people, just because this movie exists, are not happy. And again, you look at him and like, this guy is not an alt-right Yahtzee by any stretch of the imagination. And they were calling for his film to be canceled, basically, a couple of months ago. So it was a very interesting speech for sure, and we'll see what the fallout is in the coming days and weeks. I'm sure we'll have sites like the Mary Sue with their hot takes on Joaquin Phoenix and his toxic masculinity, calling for an end to, you know, cow's milk and stuff. I don't know how they're gonna, you know, make that fit the narrative, but I'm sure they'll find a way. All right, so we're gonna wrap it up. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, and we'll talk later. Hey guys, thanks for watching Clownfish TV. Please consider supporting the channel. Go to clownfishsupport.com. That's clownfishsupport.com. And if you want to join our community, go to clownfishtalk.com. That's clownfishtalk.com. Please subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. We will talk to you next time.